Okay, YouTubers, if you recognize that number 8742 in the condition of this locomotive, can only answer one thing: it has been disassembled. And lo and behold, this Athearn Genesis was prior to the tsunami decoders switchover. So what this has is an MRC. I suspect that part of the problem is the decoder itself, in addition to the trucks and the gearing in the trucks. Look at all of that grease in there. So what I'm about to do is disassemble each truck and soak everything in alcohol, clean everything off, go through all of the gears with a small file and 600 or 400 sandpaper, just to help things get a little smoother. And then I'm going to make my own grease using labelle oil and graphite, which will be placed inside of the gearbox. A little tip I got from Ready to Roll Bill down in Miami, and we'll see how it works. Another thing you may want to change, if you do have one of the MRC decoders and you're going to change over to the Tsunami, the Tsunamis are as well. For some reason, Athearn connects all of the wires to the decoder with these little clips that go on each end of the connector, and the clip squeezes the wire. These are the headlight wires, which I've already disconnected, but the clip squeezes the wire against the connector. In another Genesis that I took apart, the ditch lights, one of them wasn't working, and the problem was the wire diameter is a lot smaller than the hole that the wire goes into, and when this snaps in place, you may or may not get a good connection, like so, and that could lead to problems. The best thing is tin the wire at the tip and then solder it in place with a light soldering iron. So we'll see how it goes as far as taking this apart. Go ahead and remove the spline gear and the drive shaft, which has a hex head on it. And that hex head, you may have to spin it around a little bit. The hex head goes into the flywheel and it's keyed in position, locking it in place. You also want to remove the pins or the caps to the connectors. They also have these caps here on the trucks. You want to make sure that you leave all the wiring, at least on the decoder, until I get my Tsunami. I'm going to leave all the wiring attached on the top, except for the lights, so I know what goes where. Now the truck should be free, and you can pull it out. I'm going to roll this down the track, see how it rolls. Well, so you can see it doesn't roll much. Let's see after the grease cleaning and filing that I do, if it improves any. Go ahead and take off the truck side frames. Once you get the truck side frame off, you're going to pop this out real careful. I had a hard time getting it out with a small screwdriver. And there's two more. These two hold the top section together. One right there, and the other one right here, where my thumb is. And at this point you should be able to remove the wheels. Be careful not to lose the bushings, those brass bushings, because those are your contacts. It should drop out. Like so. Alright, so there you go. Everything is apart. There are all your gears. Now that you've gone this far, you might as well check the gauge of the wheels using your NMRA standards gauge template. On another locomotive, I did find that one of the wheels was out of gauge. These seem to be okay. I'm going to pull all these gears out and put them in a little container with 90% isopropyl alcohol just to clean them out. Alright, the gears are in the alcohol. The toothbrush, and just clean off any excess grease. Just clean out the truck, make sure it's nice and dry. Okay, I'm taking each gear one at a time, taking a close look at them, and I will run this file, which has a sharp edge on it, real lightly over each of the teeth, and then I'll finish off with 400 grit waterproof sandpaper, and just also run the edge of it through each of the teeth lightly. I'll give it another alcohol wash, I'll brush it, and then set it aside to dry. Okay, I've noticed that after cleaning the gears and using the alcohol, there still seems to be some residual grease on them. So I'm gonna soak them a little bit in some hot water with soap, and I'm gonna clean the truck frames also with some hot water and soap, and let everything air dry, just to make sure that everything's going on clean.